recap of what we have done in our last class. So in our last class, we were talking about the different long-term sources of finance. What is the need for long-term finance, or where are they used? Okay, so today, I gave you just the list of all the types of long-term finance. So today's class, we will elaborate each of them and see what they look like. So first one being shares. Okay, shares is nothing but a part of the owned capital of the business. So when the total owner's capital or investment is divided into small units, that each unit is called as a share. Okay, so share means basically the owners of the company issuing small or investing small bits in the company. Okay, so the each person who hold a part of the share, maybe 1 share, 10 shares, 100 shares, depending upon his budget, he is called as the shareholder. And these shares or investment are issued for a long term. It's not like I invested today and I will sell it off. I will take it back from the company tomorrow. Yeah, you can do it if your company is listed, but owner's capital is considered to be long term. You can very well sell it in the stock exchange. Only the owners are changing, but company is not paying back the share amount. Okay, so shares are issued by joint stock company. Joint stock company in the sense where the investors are huge in numbers. Okay, so any one of us can go and buy shares of different companies and be a owner of it. Okay, we have different types of shares. Okay, the shares holding depends upon how much risk you want to take, which company, whether you want to buy it as a security or you buy, I mean security in the sense once you buy it and once for all you keep it as it is without selling it to anybody else, or else you may be a you can say a person with risk who is buying not for security but for turning the amount, means to increase the amount. So whenever the share prices rise, you sell it to another person and take back your money. Some of them invest in shares as security for fixed payment, because as you are the owners of the company, every year you will be given a part of the profit which is called as dividend. So based upon your choice, you can invest it as a security, as you can say as a capital gain making person who buys and sells constantly, monitoring the share prices. So we have three types of shares. So first type is equity shares. Equity shares also called as owner shares. Say owner shares or ordinary shares, they don't have any preferential right in matter of payment. When I say preferential right, means once if say the company is not making profit, they will not get profit. That is very obvious. But even though if the company is making profit, after it pays off all the other obligations like interest on loan, dividend to preference shareholders, anything remains. And if the board of directors should wish to give it to the equity shareholders, then only they will get dividend. And there is no fixed rate of dividend. If the company is making more profits, you will be getting more dividend. If the company is making average or minimum profits, if they decide not to declare dividend, they will not get profits. But they have a right to take part in decision making of the company. They can raise questions if they are not happy with the decisions. They can have a right to vote on important decisions. And they are the shareholders among the rest who take the highest risk. Why? Because only if they are making substantial profits, only then they will be given dividend. Otherwise, they have to just stay waiting for the next fruitful, profitable year. So as we call them as ordinary shares because they are kept, they have the right to get the profit at the last. They don't have a preferential right. Okay, so if you take a simple example, then like for example, equity or ordinary shareholders are compared to like mother at home. So after feeding everybody, she will eat, something like that. Okay. Then next is preference shares. Preference shares are also owners, but they have right to get the dividend. So after paying all the interest on loans and there is a profit, first the profit will be given to the preference shareholders. So they have the preferential right, means they have you can say first among the shareholders, they are the first person to be paid, but the dividend amount is fixed. So when they are issuing the preference share itself, you are going to tell them that I am going to give you every day every year 6% or 8%. So it's actually fixed. If you are getting more if you are making more profits, you are not given more, even though you are a shareholder. You are only given a fixed rate, but you are giving a preferential right. Means any profit remains first be paid to the preference shareholders, and then it will be given to other types of shareholders. Investment in such type of shares is safe. They don't have a right to vote. Even while if this company is going to be wound out, means it is going to shut down. So when they are distributing the amount to the investors, here also the preference shares are given the preferential right to take part in the say preferential right in getting back the investment amount also. Then we have different types of preference shares. So we can make them into cumulative, non-cumulative, redeemable, irredeemable, participating, non-participating, convertible and non-convertible. So one by one we'll study what are these. So cumulative preference shares. These types of preference shareholders have a right to recover the arrears of dividend. Now what is arrears? Okay, say for example, for a couple of years, the company didn't made profit or it was not substantial so that you can pay dividend. So at the coming year when there are huge profits and after giving the dividend for the current year, any extra profit is remaining, then they can get arrears of the last couple of years when dividend or profit was not declared. So this year I'm making huge profits, I will get this year's dividend plus last 2 years when I didn't get my dividend, also those arrears can be claimed, or they have a right to claim the arrears of those years when profit was not or dividend was not given. So other way around, non-cumulative, these don't have a right to get dividend of arrears. Okay, they will get only for those years when the company is making profit or when company is has declared dividend. Not arrears, they are not paid for. So unless you specially say it is cumulative preference shares, you are not allowed to get arrears. So in the document of your shares, it should be precisely written cumulative preference shares. Next, redeemable or irredeemable. Redeemable preference shares are those whose amount will be returned after a particular time within the lifespan of the company. Normally in India, all preference shares are redeemable after 20 years of their issue. Means today if I issue the shares, I get the amount from the preference shares holders. After 20 years, by hook or by crook, I have to pay them back. So redeeming means you're returning back. So in India, at least all preference shares are redeemable, means they should be paid after 20 years. Okay. Then we have one more set called as irredeemable, means they are like your ordinary shareholders. where you don't have to pay back the investment within the lifetime of the company. Okay, but this option is not there in India, it's there in other countries. Okay, so amount is irredeemable when they are not returned till the company is wound off, is it is shut down or closed. Then third type, participating and non-participating. Participating preference shares means you get a dividend, say 8% every year. Then after that, equity shareholders are given the dividend. After that, if some, say, what did I tell you about equity shares? If their company is making huge profits, they will be getting huge dividend. Okay, so they have a right to get extra. But what I said about preference, they are not having a right to get extra. But if it is written that the preference shares are participating, then if the company is making huge profits, other than their yearly fixed amount of profit, they have a right to get the surplus profit also in the agreed ratio. Okay, so it's not for everyone. It should be precisely say that this is participating preference shares, means along with the normal dividend, you are getting any extra dividend if for that year the company is making huge profits. On the other hand, non-participating means extra profits, they are not benefited. They are not entitled to enjoy it. Lastly, convertible and non-convertible. Convertible preference shares means, now as I told you, in India we have redeemable preference shares. That is, you have to pay them back within 15 or 20th year. Okay. So after you redeem them, when the time of redeem or when the time of paying back the investment comes, you can give the shareholders an option that whether I'll give you back the money or shall I make you as equity shareholders or ordinary shareholders. So if the shareholders, preference shareholders wish that after their time of 20 years, they want to become the permanent shareholders or equity shareholders, they can opt for that option. Otherwise, they can just take back their money and go home. Okay. So on the other hand, non-convertible means they are not allowed to, that option of converting into equity shares is not given to them. Okay, so these are the 4 types, or you can say 8 types rather, of preference shares. So this is all for today. Questions are welcome. Please like and comment. Comment is very important because your comment will be considered as your attendance. So I think you have understood it. Any doubts, please raise. So we'll meet in our next session. Thank you. Bye.